Good
Morning.
morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How was your weekend?
It was good. It was good. It feels sort of like a blur. We tried to be busy, but then it seems unproductive. But it seems
Uh,
like this pile on the chair there. I
oh
think I need
gosh, yeah,
to just
sounds
move
like
that
it.
chair.
Oh my.
How about you?
Oh, I would say same.
Yeah.
Feels like I do stuff, but what's it for?
Sorry. I can
Feels
try
like I,
and
can
turn
you
up
hear
the
me?
volume here.
Okay.
Uh, okay. There.
There. I said it feels like I do stuff, but not sure what it's for.
Aw, yeah. Did you make your tea?
It's in the pot steeping, so I'm
Oh,
gonna
that's
go and
good.
get myself a nice steamy cup.
Nice.
Yes.
I'm just gonna get my music ready.
Go ahead.
I don't know if everybody could hear it last time, but let's
No,
see.
it was nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aw, um, okay.
You look so beautiful. How do you get
Oh,
your hair cut so nice?
thank you. Yeah, I'm still getting used to it. I didn't really do much this morning, but
Lovely.
um, yeah, she seems to give me these good cuts that I don't have to do a lot and they grow out really well.
That's the best. Who is this magic person?
Yeah, it's nice to have somebody who's handy with their hands. Oh,
Okay,
okay, I'm just
I'm
gonna
gonna
find
actually
my
get some
music.
tea. I'll be right back.
Okay. We gotta move your body thing now. Remember Paula? Want to say hello? If you're quiet, you can bring your mat and do yoga. Okay. See. It's better.
We may have a little person joining us in the background. Can you hear the music? Or not quite?
Very subtle.
Very, okay, I'll bring it a bit closer. I don't want it to block my voice, but. Oh, hi, Theo.
Oh my goodness, so cute.
This is our newest addition, Theodore.
Theodore, oh my goodness, what a beauty. So sweet.
Very soft.
Oh, what a great pet. Oh my goodness. He is like, it's a hamster, right?
Yeah.
Not a guinea pig, but he's pretty big.
No, he's a hamster.
Wow.
He just gets big when he stuffs his face with food.
That's one healthy looking hamster. He's so cute.
Well, we can still see this chair. There, is that better?
Yeah,
Okay.
great.
Sure.
Did you go to Queen's University
I did.
for your teacher's degree?
No, my undergrad.
Oh, cool. I went for my teacher's.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a nice campus.
So.
Yeah. We went, whenever we do road trips, if we're passing back, we try to stop in and have lunch near there or visit the bookstore.
Yeah, there was a restaurant there called the Pig something. It was quite famous.
Oh, yeah,
I know it had the word
Chez
pig in it.
Chez Piggy?
Chez Piggy, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. It's like some famous chef, right?
I think so. Yeah, I know my parents would take me when they came to pick me up.
Right.
Okay, but Alex, you can't be distracting. I hear you want to do yoga? No, why not? Just gonna get some tissues.
5 minutes.
Okay.
Some people will join us. We've got Anna and Luis. They're listening. That's.
Oh, hello. Welcome.
Yes.
Oh, it does say Natasha. Oh, that's good. I wasn't sure if I was on Emma's account. They're more tech savvy than I am these days.
Isn't that the truth? When I
Yeah.
work, I have to call one of my kids.
It's amazing.
It's going to be lifelong, Asha.
Like what? Sorry?
It's going to be lifelong. Like there's going to
I
be
know.
they're going to get it and they're going to help us.
Yeah. I'm just gonna find my water bottle and some tissues. Okay, no, Alex.
Theodore's going to do yoga.
What's that?
Theodore's going to do yoga. Oh, here comes Carrie.
Oh, good. Okay.
What was I going to ask? Do you have one of those balls that you put Theodore in that he can roll all over the house?
We do, but apparently Alex is very resourceful at researching anything about hamsters, and they're not very good for them.
I guess I remember when I had a hamster, Max.
Uh,
How fun that was. I'm sure they're horrible.
Yeah, he finds all this stuff through Alexa or he Googles it, and so now.
Oh, Theodore, he's free.
Seems everybody had a pet hamster. I never did.
Oh my gosh, it was such a good. I had him I took him to university, like he was in my residence.
Aww, they're nice little company to have.
very sweet. And I used to put him in the ball. And once he went down the hall, like outside of our room, and he went in the elevator and he like traveled down with people. It was such a funny story. Here comes Wendy.
Oh, hello. Okay, Alex, you're gonna have to put it.
Is actually going to be teaching us yoga today, so that's fun. How's the cold at your family? You're still?
Oh, I think this is allergies. I can't seem to get rid of this little nasal drip.
Gotcha. Yeah, me too. I have Kleenex nearby. The latest Kleenex packages came in such a nice designs.
Oh yeah, I know.
It's like you don't want to put them out, and I like this one. So.
Yeah. So mine's kind of plain.
Hello, Wendy.
Hi.
Morning.
Good morning. Well, hi, Paula.
Hello, Wendy.
Nice to see you on your mat.
Really dressed for yoga. Good for you.
Okay.
Have you met Theodore?
But he can't be in my way.
That's Theodore there. Theodore the hamster.
He seems to be our unofficial mascot for the day.
So cute. And Alex is so good with him.
Oh yeah, he loves them.
Good.
Sometimes he loves them a little too much, we think, but.
Carrie, are you there with us? We can't see you, just kind of the ghost of you, the shadowy essence.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes Glenna and Norm. What a lovely group this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Special.
Oh, Alex has brought the little hamster ball out just for yoga.
The one you're not supposed to use?
Yeah.
Show me.
I think he thinks short term it's okay. But he said it's because the breathing is tricky and what else? Their feet can get caught. Yeah. Oh, they can get a broken toe.
Oh, because they could stick in the thing, right? Like the little, oh.
Yeah.
Glenna, is that you?
It is.
Glenna?
Hi.
Look at you.
Good morning.
Love. Love. Very nice. And it is exactly 9:30. So I will let in anyone who comes later.
Okay.
Tasha, so you can get started and I will shut.
Okay, so welcome everybody. Good morning. Thank you for coming. And my name is Natasha. I'll be guiding you through a gentle yoga 1-hour class this morning. And please feel free to take any breaks that you need or stop for sips of water and listen to your body. So we'll begin lying down in relaxation pose like this. Finding a comfortable position on your back. And we'll take a few minutes to notice how we're feeling. And we'll allow ourselves to transition from our day onto our yoga mats. And into our bodies. As we lie here, we'll continue to breathe. The essence of yoga is always the breath. If we are breathing, we are able to do yoga. We will listen to our bodies and let go of any judgments or expectations, letting go of any competition with ourselves, with others, just allowing ourselves to acknowledge where we are today and staying in the present moment. We can always come back to the breath. And using the breath to guide us. Using the breath to send energy where we may feel any tightness or pain or stress in the body and in the mind. So letting go of anything that doesn't serve us, just releasing. You may have your palms facing up to receive the energy, or if you prefer, palms facing down to feel grounded. Toes are slightly turned out. And you should be able to feel a gentle rise in the belly and release. As we inhale, we can focus on a 3-part breath. In through the nose, filling our chest, ribs, and belly. And exhaling through the mouth or nose, releasing from the belly, ribs, and chest. And on our next exhale, let's bring our legs up to our chest, one at a time, reaching behind the knees, holding the thigh area, or in front of the legs at the shins, and gently rocking from side to side. Just massaging the spinal cord. And when we're ready, releasing the left leg down to the mat, taking the right leg, bringing it a little closer, and massaging side to side. This actually helps to stimulate our digestive system, as well as lubricating the hip joint, can do little circles in one direction. And in the other direction. And a few circles with the ankle in one direction. Flex and point. Flex and point. And in the other direction with the ankle. And returning this right leg back down to our mat. And bringing the left leg up towards the chest. Again, holding on the shin or behind the leg at the thigh. You just want to avoid holding the knee joint. And gently massaging that leg side to side. Loosening up our hips. And we can take that leg in one direction, making circles. And in the other direction. And coming to rest in the center, now circling the ankle in one direction. You may hear some cracks, that's okay. You can make your circles as big or as small as you like. And now flexing the foot and point, flex and point. And in the other direction, if you can remember which way. And as we inhale, returning our foot down to the ground, we'll place our feet on the mat and reaching your hands just so maybe you can tickle your heels. Pressing our hands into the mat and pressing with our heels, we'll slowly begin to lift our bottom up, one vertebrae at a time. Raising up, feeling the sensation of pushing your hips up towards the ceiling, squeezing your bum, and slowly release back down to the ground, one vertebrae at a time. And on the inhale, let's push up. As we exhale, slowly down. If you wish, on the inhale, you can bring your arms up overhead, stretching them behind you. And as you exhale, releasing one vertebrae at a time and bringing your arms back down. Should be feeling some engagement in your bum area, also the front of your thighs. And just loosening up the spinal cord. Let's do a couple more flows. And now finding ourselves back on the mat, we'll release the spine with a gentle spinal twist. So taking our knees towards the right side and just letting them land on the floor and turning our gaze to the left. We can bring our arms up into a T position. And we should be feeling a delicious stretch just through the side of our body, the left side. Spinal twists are also great for digestion. Remember to breathe. One more breath here. And on our next inhalation, gently bringing our legs back up to center as our gaze comes to the ceiling, and releasing our legs to the left side and turning our gaze to the right. Just noticing any different sensations you may be feeling, but no judgment. Just allowing the body to sink into the floor and to enjoy a stretch now down the right side of the body. You may also feel a bit of a stretch down the left side of your neck. And let's repeat that again to the other side one more time. Just gently going through the flow. And back again to the legs to the left and gaze to the right. Okay, and now coming back to center. We'll work on a little abdominal work. So keeping our legs in place where they are and placing our fingertips just behind the head, not using our hands to pull up, but just as a support with our gaze up at the ceiling. We'll inhale as we contract the abdominal muscles, lifting our shoulders up off the mat, and hold. And as we exhale, slowly releasing back down to the mat. And again, slowly coming up on the inhale. Our focus here is on the quality, not the quantity. So really focus in your mind's eye on contracting the abdominal core as you engage. And slowly releasing back down to the mat. Inhale as we lift up. Our gaze may go a little bit over our knees now. And release as we lower down. And one more, inhaling up. And just hold, hold, hold. Feeling your core tightening. And releasing, lowering to the mat. On our next inhalation, we'll do a little bit of a bicycle twist now, bringing our right shoulder towards our left knee, keeping our left shoulder on the mat as we twist, aiming to bring our shoulder of the right shoulder to the left knee, and releasing back down. And now the left shoulder to the right knee. Back down. Imagining we're moving through peanut butter. So it's a very slow and deliberate movement. Not rushing, but really focusing on the muscles that we're using to perform this exercise. This allows for a deeper use of the muscles. Also allows us not to depend on using our arms or momentum to get the job done. Just slowly rotating. And meeting me back on the mat when you've done both sides. And we'll just lift our hips again to bridge pose, pushing our feet into the mat just to release the stomach core area. And lowering down. Inhaling up. And lowering back down to the mat. You can bring both legs in for a little hug, rocking side to side. And now rolling over onto one side, using our arms to push ourselves up onto all fours position. So making sure that we have proper alignment with our shoulders over our wrists, our hips over our knees. And we'll begin with cat and cow, another excellent stretch for the spinal cord. As we inhale, bringing our shoulders, as we inhale, scooping our bellies out, turning our gaze down to the mat, just like a cat, arching our back, feeling an opening between the spine and a stretching across the shoulder blades. And exhale, sinking down. Last to come up is the head with a scoop now in our back. You can even let out a moo if you want. And just finding your own pace as you flow through from cat to cow. This is excellent if you sit at a computer all day or on your phone. helping to release any stress or tension that we may be carrying at the top of the spine. And really focusing on moving the spine in just one direction. And let's continue on our breath. And meeting again now back in our neutral tabletop position, back on all fours. We'll be doing some spinal balance now. So extending the left leg back behind the mat, behind the body. Resting on our toes for now, we'll just gently stretch the calf muscles. So our toes are placed on the mat and just pushing the heel towards the wall behind you. You should feel a wonderful stretch from the ankle coming up your calf, maybe towards your knee. And you can flow back and forth a little bit. Just waking up the backs of our legs. And bringing the left knee in. And repeating on the right side. Flexed foot with our toe on the mat. Feeling a nice calf stretch. And just flowing through. Okay, and if you're feeling unsteady for the spinal balance, you can keep your leg there. Otherwise, let's lift this right leg up. And at the same time, we'll be reaching our left arm up. So engaging in a pulling in opposite directions. Your core is tight. We're working on the left and right sides of the brain. And as exhale, coming back to neutral and repeating on the opposite side. Feeling that stretch of a push and pull from the arms and the legs. And back to neutral. Let's repeat this a few times on each side. And last one, ending with our left leg back. Let's come back into our tabletop, opening our knees a little bit wider than hip length and bringing our toes together. Coming back into child's pose, resting our buttocks onto our heels and allowing the body to sink down to the floor. If we're having any pain with our shoulders, you can bring the arms back around behind to your feet. And just knowing you can come to this pose at any time during the practice. If you need a rest or to catch your breath. A beautiful benefit of child's pose is when we rest our forehead on our mats, we're actually stimulating our pituitary gland, which is responsible for happiness. Our body should start to be feeling a little bit warmed up now. I know I am. Okay, so coming from our child's pose, we're going to extend forward into a plank, a modified plank on our knees. So now we have a bit of an angle from our shoulders to our knees. And we're just going to warm up the arms for our sun salutations. So again, making sure our shoulders are over our wrists and our fingers are spread wide, nicely gripping the floor. We'll begin to lower down, bending at our elbows, coming down to the mat. And pushing back up into child's pose. Just finding this gentle flow of child's pose to modified plank, pressing down, chaturanga or crocodile, and then pushing back up into child's pose. So just finding a pace that matches with your breath and completing a few of these to warm up the body for our sun salutations. From child's pose, coming up through tabletop, back into modified plank, bending at our elbows for crocodile, pressing down to the floor, and then pushing back up into child's pose. And let's all come together into our child's pose. And we'll prepare for our first downward dog of the morning. So pressing our feet down into the mat, reaching our hips up to the sky, staying on your tippy toes, walking the feet out a little bit. You can twist your hips side to side. And if it's available for you to place your heels down on the mat, if not, feel free to bend your knees to reach this position. The core is engaged. The hands are firmly connected into the mat. Pushing in opposite directions with your hands and your feet. And just let's have a few breaths here. And now stepping our feet towards the hands. Let's just do a little ragdoll hanging out. You can hold your elbows on either sides if you wish. Swing side to side. Remember keeping the knees bent. Being able to maybe rest your chest on your thighs. And now slowly, slowly come into a standing position. Unraveling the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Bringing our arms up for a nice stretch. Oh, I've lost my upper body. Nice stretch up to the sky. Good morning. Let's take a few big breaths here. Sweeping our arms up overhead and down. Okay, now we'll come into some moonflowers. So widening our stance. So and bending at our knees. We'll inhale our arms up. And as we exhale, folding forward down to the ground. And imagine we're scooping up beautiful flowers to smell. And exhale as we rise up. Inhale back down. Exhaling back up. And just keeping our spine straight, we're hinging at the hips. Just at a pace that feels good to you. Noticing that our knees should be in the same direction as our toes. And as we bend, the knees should never go over the toes. So making sure our alignment is okay. And on this last one, we'll come together into our mountain pose at the top. So standing with our feet shoulder width apart, hips over knees, knees over hips. As we inhale, rolling our shoulders up, back, and down. Engaging our core, and we're going to be sinking into a chair pose. So as we inhale our arms up, let's lead with our bum. Imagine we're sitting into a chair. Knees should not be over our toes. Arms are reaching forward and feeling our bum as though we're sitting in an imaginary chair. And inhaling back up. And exhaling into our chair. And exhaling back up. Inhaling into our chair. And this one you can bounce a little if you want. Should feel some strengthening in our quads, in our bum area, maybe even in your arms as you're reaching forward. Remember to keep your core tight. Back up again. And now just a swan dive, forward fold down. Bending the knees as much as you need, just to release the tension. And if you would like to grab a sip of water, we'll start our sun salutations. I hope everybody can hear me okay. My voice is loud enough. I'll try to be watching over and see that you can see my form too. So for our sun salutations, we'll begin at the top of our mat. In our mountain pose. So again, the core is engaged. Alignment of your knees over ankles, hips over knees, shoulders over hips. As we breathe in, shoulders up, back, and down. As we inhale, raising our arms up overhead and swan diving down into a forward fold. We'll step back with our right leg. And we can put our right knee down. Coming up into a lunge, giving a little stretch forward. And bringing that left leg back, coming into child's pose. And coming up onto all fours into our modified plank on our knees. Crocodile or chaturanga down onto our mat. And slight little cobra. We can push up with our palms, lifting our chest up off of our mat. And coming back down into child's pose. And rising back up, lifting our right leg forward into the lunge again. And tucking our left toe under, bringing our left leg back up to meet the right into a forward fold. Knees can be bent as much as you need. Inhaling up, arms overhead, and sinking back down into our chair pose. And folding back down. Inhaling back up. So we'll repeat a few flows of those and we can adjust as we go to add for more challenge, or you can keep with the knees down for modifications. So let's inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, folding, swan dive down. This time left leg back onto our knee. Into our lunge, feeling the stretch. Bringing the right foot back into child's pose. And inhaling, coming forward into our modified plank. Crocodile down. Inhale, cobra up. Exhale, pushing back into child's pose. Inhaling the left leg forward into our lunge. Tucking the right foot back, exhaling as we come into forward fold. Inhaling up. Exhaling down into our chair pose. And folding down. As we inhale back up. time I'll show the variation without the modification of the knees down. So inhaling up, swan dive down, right leg back into an extended lunge, left leg back, down into our child's pose. Coming forward now into a full plank if you wish, with knees are lifted, or you can keep knees down. Cobra down to the mat. Inhaling, oh sorry, that was crocodile. Inhaling up. Pressing back up into our child's pose. Inhaling right leg through into our lunge. Exhaling left leg to meet up at the front in our forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive back up. Exhale into our chair. And forward folding back down. Inhaling up. And we'll repeat this on the left side again now. Inhaling up. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling left leg back into our lunge. Exhaling right leg back into our child's pose. Inhale, coming forward to our plank, either without the knees or with the knees. Crocodile down. Cobra up. Sorry, it's there. Just get it. And oh, sorry, we'll get another one. Yeah. And back into child's pose. I'm sorry, Mia. I thought it was all finished. And left leg back through, either on the knee or up. And pressing the back leg up into our forward fold. I'm sorry, Mia, I'll make you another one. Reverse swan dive back up. And down into our chair pose. And forward fold. And inhaling up. Okay, that was a little modified sun salutation there. Hopefully everyone's feeling nicely warmed up and muscles have been worked. Just check on the time. We're going to come into some warrior poses now. So let's just maybe grab a sip of water. And standing in our mountain pose, we'll step forward with our right foot, stepping back with the left leg. Your right heel can line up with the inside of your left leg or with the heel. You'll come this way. And as we bend the right leg forward, we want to make sure our knee doesn't go over our ankle. As we inhale, lifting our arms up overhead, our gaze is in the same direction as the bent knee. Holding here for a few breaths. And on our next inhale, opening up into our warrior two. So we have turned our hips to face away from the direction of our leg, but we'll turn our gaze back over to our right arm. Just gently looking over your middle finger. And look back to the left. Say goodbye to the past. And turning the gaze to the front. We'll lower our left hand down to our left leg, turning our right palm up and stretching up overhead, reaching to the ceiling. Just holding here for a few breaths. And releasing our arms back down into warrior two. We'll now straighten the right leg and lean forward towards the right arm, bringing our right arm down to our knee and left arm up to the sky for our triangle pose. And if you wish to turn your gaze up to the left hand. And unhinging your triangle pose back up, bending the right knee down. And come bring your right elbow over onto the knee. And one more stretch up overhead. You can smile if you want. And rotating our back foot, we'll twist around into our lunge again. Just hold this lunge for a few breaths. Again, feel free to bring the knee down if it's more comfortable for you. And pressing up with that left leg, coming back feet to feet in our folded position. And inhaling back up. And we'll repeat with the other side. So stepping our left leg forward to a wide lunge, lining our left heel with our right heel or the arch of the right foot. Turning our hips to face the front where the left foot is, remembering our knee stays over our ankle, and lifting our arms up overhead for warrior one. We'll hold here for a few breaths. These warrior poses help us to feel rooted into the ground. They help to strengthen our lower body. And on the next inhale, rotating the back foot, twisting the arms to come parallel to the floor. And turning our gaze back over now the left arm, gently looking over the middle finger. And turning our gaze back to our right hand, saying goodbye to the past, letting go. And back to the front. Lowering the right hand to the back right leg, turning the palm up of the left, reaching up towards the sky. As the right hand gently slides down the back of the right leg, feeling a nice stretch down the side of the left, unaware of your leg muscles working very hard. And on the next inhale, coming back into your warrior two, straightening that left leg, hinging forwards towards the left arm, and rotating the arms vertically, just leaning the left hand on the left leg. And if you're comfortable to look, turning your gaze up, otherwise keep your gaze down. And bending the left knee, bringing our left elbow onto the leg, upper leg, and reaching overhead, stretching with our right arm. And don't forget to smile. Okay, very good. Now it's just swinging the arm. Let's come back up into a wide stand. Stepping our legs in a little bit. Let's just do a few hip circles. Just letting go of any tightness that we may have built up during that. In one direction and in the other. And if you don't feel too silly, these are also great to do throughout the day. Just keeping your hip joints lubricated and alleviating any stiffness or tightness that you're carrying in your lower back. Especially for women, we tend to carry a lot in our hips. And our hips actually carry a lot of our emotion. So it's not uncommon when stretching and maybe having a massage treatment to feel a release of these emotions. Okay, we're finding ourselves back on our mat, standing in mountain pose. And I'd like to invite you to do a bit of balance. We can modify this as tree pose. So I'll bring it down to my feet a bit more. So if your balance is a bit uncertain, you could just begin with a very modified version for safety, or you can find if you have a wall or a chair, something to hold on to. But from our mountain pose, we want to focus on really rooting our bodies to the ground. So really feeling a sense of stability with our feet anchored on the floor, ankles below knees, knees below hips, shoulders up, back, and down. And we'll begin to shift all our weight onto the left leg. And as we do this, slowly start to lift the right foot. And if you're apprehensive, you can place the foot just beside the ankle, still resting the toes on the floor. Or if you're more comfortable, you can bring it up to your calf or above the knee, never resting on the knee joint. So as you hold the right leg pressing towards the left, you're compressing your body towards the spine. And feel free if you wish to bring your arms up overhead. And you can not see my arms, but you can wave your arms if you wish, like a tree. Or you can have your arms together in prayer pose. Pressing the palms firmly together can help centralize your stability. And remember, you'd like to focus your gaze on something that's not moving. And releasing that leg. Just gently give the left leg a little shake. And we'll repeat this onto the opposite side. So from our mountain pose, anchoring all your weight into the right leg and lifting the left leg, finding a place that's comfortable for you. And again, yogi's choice, you can have the arms out to the side, arms up overhead, or in prayer pose. And wiggles and wobbles are fine. It actually helps our muscles are strengthening to help control and give us the stability for the balance. And as we age, balance is very important to practice. Helps us with trips or falls. And release. And giving that leg a little shake out. Let's just take a few big breaths in. And exhale. And in. And exhale. And we'll now come to everybody's favorite part, our Shavasana. So if you have a sweatshirt or a blanket that you wish to put on as your body begins to drop down the temperature in this relaxation pose. Before we come into our lying posture, just gently holding the back of your thighs, do a few little rocks. And on your final rock, you can do a little bit of a twist. If there's anything that you feel you need to stretch just before we turn into our relaxation pose, feel free. Otherwise, you can join me to stretch out onto your mat. Toes turned outwards slightly. Arms, again, can be palms facing forward to receive energy. Or if you prefer a more grounding sensation, palms down. Your arms are about a fist distance under your armpit from the side of your body. And finding that space on your head as though where your eyes would be at the back of your head. So there shouldn't be any wrinkles in your neck. The neck should be smooth, not bending forward, not arched back too much. Feel free to close your eyes. And as we take in our breaths, just paying attention to any changes that we may have noticed in our body, any sensations that may have come up. And just allowing the breath to now travel through our body as though a bright white light. And this light can reach any point in our body where we may have pain or discomfort or tension. And allowing this light to caress and soften, take away anything that does not serve you. Knowing that where you are today is where you're meant to be, and giving yourself permission and acceptance, and allowing yourself the joys and love and freedoms that you deserve. Knowing you can find this sense of calm and awareness and draw on it at any time with the power of your breath. As we inhale, allowing clean air to come and rejuvenate our body, and exhaling all that we don't need, all that does not serve us, just letting go. I have a little thought that I'd like to leave you with as you're in relaxation pose. And this is that being pure with ourselves means we are not afraid of our thoughts or our feelings. And we do not have to hide anything from ourselves. It may be the most difficult place to practice purity with ourselves. But by being honest and kind to ourselves, we can begin this practice. And we do not have to fear our thoughts or our feelings. And we don't have to hide anything from ourselves. We can use these thoughts and feelings as an incredible gift that allows us to be with people or be with ourselves in pureness, in joy, kindness, and love.
Natasha, thank you so much for this gift this morning, this gift of stretching.
Thank you all.
It's been wonderful. And we're going to join you again for the next 4 Sundays. We have a chance to explore this path together with Tasha. And I know I really feel alive and engaged because of this stretching experience. Thank you so much.
Oh, I'm so glad. Let's all just bring our arms up into our final prayer pose. From my light to your light. Namaste.
Namaste. A good morning to everyone.
Thank you. And thank you, Paul.